October 15th, 1986, which was a great day because the Mets had just clinched the National League. So Allison gave every sign she was ready to make her debut. And after what seemed like a lifetime of Lamaze lessons, the big day was finally underway. The breathing began in earnest. Except 20 hours later, Allison decided she was not quite ready for her stage entrance, and things stalled. So around 3 a.m. in the morning of October 16th, I found myself sitting in the scrub room with the OBGYN. We were waiting for an anesthesiologist to show up because they weren't expecting that we would need one that evening. So he asked me where I grew up, did I hope it was a boy or a girl, what sports did I play with my friends, and other questions to pass the time. So I answered, I grew up in New York, didn't really care if it was a boy or a girl, because this was our firstborn, and I just wanted a healthy child. 10 fingers and 10 toes. So I told him we played all kinds of ball growing up in New York, and I saw from last night and talking to so many people the day before, a lot of ball players here from New York. That's all you need in New York is a ball. You can play, there's 1,000 games you can play with a ball. Not today, but back then you could. So I told the doctor I particularly enjoyed our weeknight co-ed softball games, where my friends and our girlfriends at the time would play a pickup game. And he asked me, what position did I play? And I said I played third base and I was a pitcher. And he said, where'd the girls play? And I said, well, we were all right-handed pull hitters, so we put the girls at second base and right field so they wouldn't get slammed with a line drive. So soon after that, the anesthesiologist showed up, and we moved into the delivery room, and Allison was finally entering center stage. As she came into the light, the doctor held her up so all could see, and bypassing the customary boy-girl call, he loudly proclaimed, it's a second baseman. As for CJ getting to this day, I would like to note that there's an old axiom about girls getting married and how some characteristics held by their husband mirror those of a certain parent. I'll leave it to you to decide if it's accurate or not. So it turns out CJ grew up in New York, as did Allison's dad. He went to college and studied English, as did her dad. He moved to California as a young adult, as did Allison's father.
We get it.
Oh, yeah, it gets better. CJ cheers for the New York Jets, hoping they will win a Super Bowl just once in his lifetime, as does her dad. He's a big baseball fan and plays third base, as was the case with Al's old man. Other than that, the fact that he's a damn Yankees fan, does not care for the Metropolitans, and is nearly a foot taller than me, I think the similarities are remarkable. So CJ, we're glad you have officially joined the family ranks, and we could not be happier to officially welcome you to our family.
Aww.
So how did we get here? We dropped a few dishes.
There was a bee.
I'll wait.
There was a bee. There was a bee.
Good? Okay. So how else do we get here? Well, there's a proud grandpa who led his family into church today. And who gets to dance at a grandchild's wedding tonight. Other grandparents are looking down from heaven and beaming. We had a beautiful day today. That's the grandparents who couldn't be here with us. You got two great moms to nurture and guide their children into adults. Having a parent, remarkable father, taken too soon, who leaves his imprint on a young son, an indelible mark that the son carries with him all his days. There are siblings too, including a baby brother who's a lifelong buddy and today a best man. A sister who's a world traveler and loves her brother dearly. There's a little sis who, when first learning to speak, glossed over the letters A and O and dubbed her older brother and sister Jelly and Elephant. Because those were easier to say. Today she's a well-spoken young lady and our lovely maid of honor. Rounding out the sibling home team is a remarkable scholarly brother who's a graduate of the Sandra Day O'Connor School of Law who agrees without reservation or prejudice to provide the couple free lifetime legal counsel. Free. I said free. Okay, so sprinkle in some bonus parents offering guidance and comfort, add and blended and extended families with a new step this and that, new in-laws, and start to get a feel for the path this couple has walked, and how many people have helped deliver them today from their family. Now, I'd like to acknowledge as many of you present as I can, and especially thank those who traveled great distances to be here with us. With my side of the family, it's a little easier. We're a small group. However, the Fleming flock is quite significant. In keeping with Allison's requirement, this be short, I will not now read the entire Dobbs Ferry, New York home record. So thank you to all the aunts and uncles here who traveled cross country, the godparents and cousins, the preschool, grade school, high school, college friends. Thanks to the apartment roommates. Thank you to the neighbors who over the past 30 plus years have melded into our families as if we were raised together. Thanks to those who joined in backyard Easter egg hunts, summer vacations, epic parties like this one, Halloween nights romping through neighborhoods trying to keep pace with candy-infused children. Losing children. Thank you to turkey bowlers and Christmas Eve lotto game players. You brought many smiles to Allison and CJ and will be an important part of their future. Now, this is a wedding, so sometimes you have significant others and you have first dates sometimes come to the wedding. I will tell you, at our wedding, we had a first date couple. The bride caught the bouquet and the unsuspecting first date became her husband, so be careful. Be careful out there. It's dangerous. So let's get back to the happy couple and consider what's next. Both CJ and Allison have strong beliefs and ever-growing faith in God that I urge them to draw upon as times get better or worse through sickness and health. They've demonstrated a desire to provide service to man, and I'm confident that they will continue to succeed in all their endeavors. CJ provides service to others, for example, to memorialize a best friend. through the JCK Foundation. And the direction of John Cleaver Kelly's parents, who are here with us today, I believe. The JCK Foundation furthers the work of John Cleaver Kelly, who at 25 succumbed to OCD in March 2011. The foundation continues John's initial mission to educate and mentor students with OCD and other mental health disorders. The foundation's presence stretches from the U.S. to Uganda. Last year, they traveled to Uganda, and after portraying the marbles in a real-life version of Hungry Hungry Hippos, dedicated a hospital to continue this vital work. You could ask him that. So I was looking through CJ's social pages. If you haven't figured it out by now, everybody here gave up their privacy 10 years ago. CJ has a bunch of quotes on his page that he finds inspiring. This is serious. Bring that down here. So he has a quote from Teddy Roosevelt, which I encourage you to read. And I was going to read Teddy's quote, but I thought I would translate it. So one of the things I've come to understand and appreciate about CJ is his willingness to take a shot, to reach for the ring where others might sit still and be satisfied to just enjoy the ride. He strives for things that will hopefully make he and his bride a better life together. Hasn't always turned out as planned. Life's funny like that, with its twists and turns. But he's demonstrated the courage to make the effort, and I'm certain that that trait will make him a great husband and a great father. Okay, I swear I'm going to lose it. Bottom line. So there's special moments in every parent's life when their child does or says something extraordinary, something that melts away the pain and brings joy instead, that stays with them from that day forward. And Allison has done this for me many times. So deep down, Allison's always been an empath. There's so many examples of this, but one particular stands out. In September of 1989, a month shy of her 3rd birthday, I came home from work, distraught because the video game company where I worked the prior 6.5 years had been in a death spiral since January. Finally had the floor fall out from beneath it and laid off the remaining staff, including myself, which was the best thing because I had to fire all these people in 1989. It really, really sucked. So Joe was about 7 months old. We were early into a 10-year balloon mortgage, and I was now out of work. Seeing something was wrong as we sat around the dinner table, Allison asked, "What's wrong, Daddy?" And I said, "I lost my job today." Immediately, the wheels started turning inside Allison's head as she thought it through, searching for just the right response only a wise 3-year-old could deliver. And after a moment, she said, "Don't worry, Dad, I'll help you find it." So my bet is everyone here who knows Allison has had a similar story to tell and hopefully you'll share them tonight. Today, Allison continues to help those wherever she can, be they relatives, friends, college interns, or young businesswomen in Los Angeles seeking to better themselves, and I'm so proud of her. Okay, for all you baseball fans, I'm doing much better than Bill Mazeroski did when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. If you don't know that story, Mazeroski got up with 16 pages, tried to get through the first paragraph, and sat down. He said, I can't do this. So where do we go from here? Well, if you've been paying attention, we've already established we have a third baseman, and we have a second baseman. To complete an around-the-horn 5-4-3 double play, we need just one thing, one more infielder. First baseman or basewoman. So Allison and CJ, the rest of the team here today is counting on you to start practicing. And we look forward to opening day. When we finally turn to going third to second to first. So let me conclude with a toast. I ask you to raise a glass with me as I hope that Alice and CJ never stop helping each other, serving those around them. And my wish is that they love the love they vowed for each other on the altar today. Grow stronger every day of their lives, and it is carried with them throughout eternity. So may God bless them, bless this couple, and congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Fleming.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's maid of honor, Allison's sister, Caroline, for a toast.
Keep drinking. That's from the inside, right? Yeah. For now? Well, this is going to be fun. All right, everything's fine. Hi, everyone. Hi. My name is Caroline, Allison's maid of honor, and also her younger sister. Allison, you look absolutely beautiful today. And I'm not just saying that because everyone says we look like twins. So first off, I'd like to thank CJ's side of the family for welcoming us with open arms. And I'd also like to thank my side of the family for remembering not to wear white. I'd also like to thank and apologize to all of the staff here tonight. I'd love to elaborate on that, but this is the red line version of the speech, so I'm gonna just leave it right there. Finally, I'd like to thank my sister Allison for allowing me to grow up in the deep, dark shadows of her perfectionism for the past 26 years. CJ, I hope you know that Allison has been preparing for a long time to be a trophy wife. And by that I mean I have literally never seen anyone win this many trophies in my entire life. Growing up with Allison gave me a lot to be thankful for. Recycled homework, tests, and writing assignments. Even recycled resentment from the teachers you outsmarted before you left. It's because of Allison that many teachers would call me to their desks on the first day and say, "Please tell me you are the last Satelli." Growing up as student body president, Allison used to walk through Lee High School like she owned the place. I think half of her fellow students may have actually thought she did. As big sister, Allison used to walk through the house like she owned the place. The entire family and also our surrounding neighbors knew she did. Allison is a bit, well, particular. And you know, that's been great because I've actually really learned a lot about my own personal flaws from you, so thank you for that. But really, it's because of that adorable type A attitude that I never really needed to remember anyone's birthday. I know that 2 to 3 weeks prior to that special someone's special day, I will be personally victimized with a full-fledged, all-family email with 19 Amazon links and a calendar invite titled "Call Blank, It's Their Birthday." That being said, what surprised me about Allison and CJ's love story was definitely not the fact that they met at an Avicii concert, but the fact that Allison was so smitten over someone so laid back. The first time I met CJ was Thanksgiving of 2012. Allison had prepared an Excel spreadsheet going over the dinner courses, mapping out their prep and cook times. CJ arrived probably about 7 minutes, or in Allison's words, very late, and began to prep his own contribution, sweet potatoes, which called for a casserole dish. As CJ began looking in the fridge for said dish, it became apparent that CJ was just looking for, you know, a casserole. We were definitely not having sweet potatoes that night. I looked at Allison in fear, expecting her eyes to catch fire, burning the kitchen and all of us down in it into ashes, but instead, she laughed for hours. For weeks, and CJ, we're still laughing about it. I knew right then Allison had found her person. The man who would make her laugh until she cries instead of making her cry until she laughs. It wasn't until that day and a communal living room whiteboard later that I really began to see the beauty in your small differences and how strong you two were as a couple. Allison, you are my role model, my best friend, and also my emergency contact. CJ, you are an amazing man, my bonus brother, and a hell of an internet troll. And together, you two are one of the strongest and most beautiful teams I've ever seen. I wish you lifelong health, happiness, and last but never least, humor. So please join me in raising a glass to the bride and groom. I love you both.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the best man, CJ's brother, Ryan.